This is the Jack Murphy Podcast. Here's your host, Jack Murphy.
Roll it.
Yeah. John, don't look so despondent. It's just a man having fun in his backyard with a wig on.
I'm not into all that.
I don't know why. It just made me laugh when I saw it.
Well, you're a simpleton.
So how's everybody doing today? And welcome to the Jack Murphy Podcast.
Good to be back.
By the way, I'm sorry you missed it. Yesterday was episode number 50.
Excellent.
Today is 51, of course. That's the number that
Is that how
follows
that works?
50. Yeah, I just
Thanks
thought
for explaining the concept of numbers to us, Jack.
I thought I would throw that in there for you. So a lot going on today. By the way, if you haven't yet, folks, go ahead and subscribe to the Jack Murphy Podcast. And if you get a chance, like this video and tell a friend. Don't tell, people that aren't friends. They probably won't appreciate it. But tell a friend about the Jack Murphy Podcast. We appreciate it.
Only if you enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy it, shut the hell up.
Exactly. Now, Alpha, boy, John, I don't know, you weren't with us, but Alpha won a big film award, Best Independent Film, here a few weeks ago. And
look at you.
You can't hide that independent film movie. He automatically says, look, I can't be on the show for a few days. I'm having new floors put in at my house. And they tore up his internet, and he hasn't been with me I've been all alone for a few days.
Poor baby.
But
see, he gets to use that kind of excuse if he doesn't want to be on your podcast. I'm sorry, I won a big award. I don't have that same excuse.
Yeah, he won a big best independent film. It's a big deal.
Actually,
he's got a certificate and everything.
Actually, he was Best Actor.
Best Actor, I'm sorry.
Film, yes. And the film won for Best Overall Film.
What's the name of the movie? I got to check it out.
It's called A Fish That Walked. A very sweet movie.
And when can we see that and where?
It is still on the festival circuit. It's being entered in circuits all over the world. In fact, in Toronto and Cannes and New York, and L.A.
Right.
And so
maybe it'll win some more awards. Maybe it'll win more awards.
Once that process is done, then it will be available.
I had to ask you, Alf, I saw this story. I wanted to see if you were involved in this production. Hallmark is teaming up with the Grand Ole Opry for a brand new holiday movie called A Grand Ole Opry Christmas. And I said, that's got Alpha written all over it.
Well, I would hope that would be great. A lot of Christmas movies, especially Hallmark movies, shoot right here in Georgia.
Well, have you auditioned? Do you know anything? I mean,
I've not auditioned for any of those. However,
Brad Paisley's doing the music for it, and the story follows Gentry Woods, the daughter of a late country legend, who's transported back to 1995. That makes me feel so old. Transported back to 1995. That was like yesterday.
Yeah,
transport him back to 1945. That would be a long time ago. And
yeah, it's like Back to the Future. It came out in 85, and it depicted life in 1955. But it seemed like 1985 to 1955 was a lot longer stretch than 2025 is to 1995.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, you keep an eye out for that. I expect to see you playing some part in that production.
I hope so, too.
So, Alpha, there's a lot of political stuff going on that we need to get to. I mean, boy, the worms are really starting to squirm. The rats are running for the holes. And there's a bunch of people that are in trouble. Adam Schiff is in trouble. Obama's in trouble. Hillary Clinton's in trouble. The whole intelligence community under Obama's in trouble. Brennan, Clapper, Comey from the FBI. They're all, I think, in really big trouble. What's the latest that Kash Patel has uncovered about the FBI?
Kash has found that Adam Schiff, of course, was very instrumental. He, along with Clapper and Brennan and Comey and Obama, knew that the Russian information was all a hoax, that it was that none of it was true. Now, Schiff he's had a thing for Trump ever since he got elected president, because apparently Hillary had promised him that he would be the CIA director in her administration.
That's the scariest thing I've heard in all this, that Adam Schiff might have wound up as director of the CIA.
Yes.
Because he's the biggest liar. He's the most political person on any of these committees. Can you imagine the things he could have done had he been running the CIA?
Yeah, and according to a whistleblower, he okayed the leaking of classified intel.
To the New York Times.
Well, no, not directly, because in order to have plausible deniability, he leaked it to a university professor, I believe at Yale, who then would leak it to the New York Times and the Washington Post. So then he could say, hey, it didn't come from me. This professor leaked it. Well, he got it from you. So there's a problem.
And there's so much video of all of them lying about this that when and if it ever goes to court, it's going to sink them. Here's Adam Schiff talking to Tucker Carlson. Listen to this.
You're on the Intel Committee. Let me just ask you one final question. Can you look right into the camera and say, I know for a fact the government of Vladimir Putin was behind the hacks of John Podesta's email?
Absolutely. The government of Vladimir Putin was behind the hacks of our institution and the dumping of information.
Of John Podesta's email.
Not only in the United States, but also in Europe.
Okay, you're not, you know what, you're dodging.
And Tucker,
no, look and say, I know they did. John Podesta's emails, they hacked those.
And I think that Ronald Reagan will be rolling over
Ronald
his
Reagan,
grave.
fine. Ronald Reagan. You're a sitting member of Congress on the...
So, he's just slime.
Well, and there's also some evidence that may be coming out here within the next few days that he had a relationship with a...
Igor?
With a Russian operative.
I talked about that yesterday. You know, he gives off, I hate to say it, but my gaydar goes off every time I see Adam Schiff. What about you, John?
Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I tend to agree.
The first time I saw him, I go, oh, a gay senator or a gay congressman from California, which is not surprising. Turns out he's married.
And usually you see gay senators on the right, so this is a nice change.
And Schumer. How about, have you ever seen Schumer's wife?
Yeah.
I think she's Macron's wife's sister, if I'm not mistaken.
Hey, you're going to get us sued.
I don't care. What are they going to take?
Yeah, she looked rather masculine.
Yeah.
I saw a thing that it's on YouTube, and if you go back, they show how every first lady looks very masculine and manly, not just Mary Todd Lincoln, not just Eleanor Roosevelt, but I mean, like, even if you look at Jackie Kennedy, all we saw were staged pictures of her, but if just you see her walking around in old footage, she kind of looks like a dude, too.
She was in really good shape. I don't think Melania looks like a dude.
No, but there were stories about Happy Rockefeller.
Wait a minute. Happy Rockefeller? I've never even heard of that. Who's that?
That's the nickname I have for mine.
Nelson Rockefeller's wife. There, of course.
Pardon me, ma'am. Can I have a Happy Rockefeller?
Is your Rockefeller happy, or you just happy to see me?
Who is that?
Introduce you to my
Wait a minute.
Happy Rockefeller.
Who is Happy Rockefeller?
It was Nelson Rockefeller's wife. I'm not saying that I know anything. I'm just saying there are rumors about that. And I worked for Nelson Rockefeller in the White House when I was 19 years old or something.
Really?
Yeah. Actually,
well, you remember Barbara Bush? Remember everybody said
God, Barbara Bush was the most hideous first lady in history, no doubt about it.
But she would make a handsome man.
Yeah, she would. She looked like George Washington, kind of, a little bit.
Yeah, that's what they were saying once George went into office.
Voting in the affirmative. Baldwin, Lancaster, Durbin, Heinrich, Hirono, Kane.
All right, what about this self-spreading vaccine that you're all hyped up about? Tell us about that. That sounds ominous.
Well, they've been trying to figure out a way to vaccinate everyone, apparently with or without their permission.
Thank God. Good. That's what I've been waiting for.
There have been a number of things that have been suggested and maybe are in the works. One is putting vaccines on dental floss. So you buy dental floss, unknowingly you floss your teeth, you're getting this vaccine pumped into your bloodstream. But now there's a self-spreading vaccine that the Pentagon is working on to the point that...
Jack and I are just showing off our great dental cleaning abilities.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. We always have floss nearby.
Always flossing, keeping my teeth flawless.
You may already be infected,
Yeah.
But this is already past animal trials. So what it does, they can release this this vaccine, and it acts like a virus.
That's un-American.
They do it in the form of chemtrails.
Yeah. Well, and I read the other day, some doctor was doing an interview, and he said this with a straight face. He believes they should be putting antidepressants in the water.
I think they already are, aren't they?
They already are in the water.
They're putting
part of the forever
fluoride.
chemicals.
They're putting fluoride, but people have dumped so many of them in their toilet that it's gotten into the water inadvertently. Right. But he is proposing putting antidepressants in the water so that everybody's on antidepressants.
Well, they have
Isn't everybody already on antidepressants?
I'm not on them.
They've discovered that there is a certain drug that turns frogs gay.
Wow.
Yeah. And so RFK has talked about that. And
do they look like Adam Schiff after they take?
No, they look like Schumer's wife. But the point is, if they put this in the water supply, all of a sudden, Jack, you're looking at John in a totally different way.
By the way,
what's the end game here, Alpha? I mean, like, if they plan to make everybody gay, there will be no more
population. It will die out. Maybe that's what they want.
It'll be one hell of a party as we die out, but
it will be festive.
John, are you on any prescribed medications of any type?
I
know you're on some unprescribed medications, but are you on any prescribed? Those are quotes.
I take a mild anxiety medication.
Oh, okay. Well, I was at Alpha and I. We're both trying to get off all the medications. And Alpha,
I'm not on any medication.
I know. Well, I know, but he's already
not
off
anymore. Anyway,
so I went to the doctor this morning. I had a semi-annual physical visit this morning, and listen to these numbers. Blood pressure 127/77.
Is that good?
That's fantastic. Heart rate 56. But we reviewed I'm taking the statin, so I was really grilling her about the statin. And because I've been seeing this guy, this cardiologist, he recommended this one statin. He said it's the only one I prescribe because it doesn't cross the blood-brain barrier, and you don't have to worry about Alzheimer's, which a lot of people are talking about now. And I've already been changed one time because I get these terrible cramps. And she said,
you sound like a chick.
She said, you definitely have to be on because your cholesterol is so out of whack. My bad cholesterol is 136. It's supposed to be in the 70s.
And that's what you're taking the statin for, right?
Yeah, and my overall is high as well. So she said, you definitely she said, we may want to up your dose. But the one that this guy recommended causes the cramps. I don't want to take that because the cramps were terrible. So I'm going to stay on the statin.
Hey, I think you're already taking that pill that makes you turn gay. You're already getting cramps.
But everything
your
else,
mood's off.
I'm off. She wants me to get off the vitamins, and so I'm getting off of all of it. I am going to continue to take the baby aspirin. She said that's a good idea. Yeah,
I always forget to do that. I take a whole cocktail of vitamin gummies, vitamin D, a full vitamin, a men's vitamin. Are those bad for you?
Maybe not bad for you, but are they really good for you, or are you just throwing away money?
No. All I eat is stuff out of the air fryer. I don't get any vegetables. I thought I was doing my body good by eating the Walmart brand men's gummy.
Yeah, maybe you are. I don't know. You do need to eat a few veggies, though, John.
Yeah, vegetables wouldn't hurt.
She just won't go away. I talked about this a couple of days ago on the podcast. She's become the creature that will not go away. I'm talking about Kamala Harris. And I got some comments. I'll be honest with you. I post little clips of the podcast on the Talk and Facebook and some, I'm very progressive.
You are all over the Talk. You're the talk of the talk.
Some black gentleman, it said Dr. So-and-so, when I posted this, and he goes, yeah, they're always trying to take away from our black greatness. And I went to write him back, and I went, name one great thing Kamala Harris ever came up with or did. And I haven't heard back from him yet, but now she's not giving up, although she's dead last in even the Democrat polling for running for president. She decided not to run for governor. She's still out there pitching herself. She says now that after the election and her losing, that America's taking a U-turn.
Mm-hmm. She looks like she's having a seizure.
The of our nation is always.
She looks like the Hall of Presidents at Disney World.
I mean,
animatronic.
please.
She's not even look real.
He's obviously unburdened by what has been.
Please, please. I played a montage of that crap yesterday. She's still out there saying that, by the way.
Mm.
She is still out there saying that. And Gavin Newsom, by the way, is the front runner in Democratic polling in the presidential race. And this is something that all of them do. What was the red-headed press secretary's name?
Jen Psaki?
Jen Psaki. She's classic at it. Jean-Pierre was classic at it. But liberals, left-wing Democrats do this very effectively, and it's so condescending. Whenever somebody is presenting negative information about them or a policy or whatever, they have this shit-eating grin smirk that they do and laugh that just pisses me off to no end. And you see it. Gavin Newsom is a master of it. And I'm going to go back to this clip during a debate that he had with Ron DeSantis, the governor of California. Now, the minute he sees this, Gavin Newsom, and knows what it is, what did I say?
California.
Florida. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Gavin Newsom from California, Ron DeSantis, Florida. But the minute Gavin Newsom sees this map, I think he knows what it is, and he automatically goes into, isn't this silly? Watch this.
This is that are found on the streets of San Francisco, and you see how almost the whole thing is covered, because that is what has happened in one of the previous greatest cities this country's ever had. Human feces is now a fact of life, except when a communist dictator comes to town. Then they cleaned up the streets. They lined the streets with Chinese flags. They didn't put American flags.
He can't quit laughing all the way through the thing. Excuse me. He just keeps laughing, and then a couple of times he goes and turns his head like that, just as if dismissing the whole thing.
But that's exactly what happened. I don't know if you remember when Xi Jinping came.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Yeah, they moved all the homeless people out. They scraped the turds off the sidewalk, hosed it down, and made it look like, wow, this is a beautiful city. Well, it used to be, but not so much.
It's just who they are. It's just what they do. They're condescending know-it-alls.
And, of course, during COVID, when everybody else was locked in, he went to the French Laundry, wasn't it?
Yeah, French Laundry.
The place, a very chic place, and he and his friends had a lavish dinner while everybody else was stuck in their home.
Stuck at home.
Yeah, meanwhile, we're at
DoorDash.
McDonald's eating in like the boy in the bubble. We can't even touch people, go anywhere.
Exactly. You could.
He's out there eating and living it up. So
couldn't.
is AOC.
You bring up McDonald's. Did you see this story in Japan? They're giving away Pokemon cards with McDonald's meals.
No.
People are buying the meals, taking the Pokemon cards, selling them, marketing them, and then just throwing the food away.
No, okay, great.
Trash the food. We'll keep the Pokemon cards.
Speaking of COVID, I moved recently, and my neighborhood has a gym, John, which is great. I can actually walk to the gym now. I'm changing my whole routine. It's a drive to go to the old park where I used to walk the 5 miles every day. But they have trails in here, and I'm trying it out. But I'm at the gym, and you talk about behind the times. Go in the gym, and they have signs up. Please keep at least a dumbbell distance between you. They've still got the COVID signs up at the gym.
Yeah, when you go to Publix, you can occasionally see the faded little stickers on the floor where you're supposed to stand while waiting in line. I was like, oh, yeah, I remember the olden days.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you go in and say, hey, stand next to me because I got to keep a dumbbell distance between me and that?
I don't know if you heard about this or not, but the Minnesota Vikings are really making waves. They've hired a couple of now they've always had male cheerleaders. Like if you go to a University of Georgia game, any college game, they usually have a couple of gymnasts. Is that how you say that?
Gymnast.
They have a couple of really strong guys with upper body strength who can hold up, a pyramid of women on the sidelines and do a bunch of flips and all that stuff. But the Minnesota Vikings, it almost looks like they hired blonde versions of that Dylan, what's his name, that did the Bud Light commercial to be their cheerleaders on the sidelines. I mean, these guys are, have you seen them, John?
I have not.
Let me play a little clip here.
Aren't they wearing?
He's not the Yeah, that was one of them, but they got a couple of. No, seriously, they're young, blonde, very feminine guys.
The thing about male cheerleaders, they think they got something because they go, yeah, well, you may make fun of us, but we get to hang around with the girls all day. But nobody ever looks at it like that. It's sort of like we all look at male nurses the same way. You're like, yeah, you may be the best nurse there, but you're still a boy nurse.
Exactly. It's like the male ballerina.
Yeah.
Most of them are gay, but there have been some straight ones. What was the one that was so famous, Alpha, when we were younger?
Baryshnikov?
Yeah, Baryshnikov, yeah. Now, he was supposedly, quite the ladies' man. But most of the time...
he was the one. He was the only one. The rest of
you're right. He's the only one there ever was.
It's like a waste. You get to hang out with all these chicks, but you don't even care.
Yeah, exactly.
In defense, my son-in-law studied at Joffrey Ballet. He was a ballet dancer in New York. He's now a personal trainer. He and my daughter live in Richmond, and he is a very masculine, very...
Not to take anything away from him, but isn't that sad that he went to the most prestigious ballet school there is, and now he's a personal trainer?
Well, he decided that dancing wasn't for him, and he started making a buttload more money as a bartender in New York City.
I saw this clip probably about a month ago, and I searched this morning and found it because there's a story that I read this morning that goes along with it.
Okay. I checked into this hotel the other day, and they gave me a little sheet of paper. It was instructions on how to check out faster. I was like, oh, okay, well, let me ask you this. What's faster than just leaving? I mean, that's how I've been doing it. I'm going to be honest with you here. I didn't even realize there was a checkout process. Just felt like you see me leave here with all these bags. You get up into that room, and I'm not in there. I've checked out.
I'm the same way. Do you ever do that? Like, unless I know I owe them more money or whatever, I just leave.
Don't they get a credit card number so anything you use, any extra charges, they just charge you? I've never checked out of a hotel. You leave the plastic keys or take one with you.
The last time I checked out was when I had an actual key, John, and that was back probably in the 80s.
Now
maybe
you get the plastic
90s.
slide cards. They don't even care if you give those back.
They're disposable. But I don't check out. But now Gen Zers, they posted a TikTok walking out of the hotel that's got a lot of follows and likes and comments. It says, older generations, this is how you check out of a hotel. You just walk out. But now, here's something I hadn't thought about. Checking out is definitely more of a breeze than it once was, but they talked to the maid staff, and they said it really screws up their schedule. If you check out, they know you're out, and they put the room up to be cleaned first because you've checked out, and so there are rooms available for people that want to check in early. Now, if you've ever shown up early at a hotel, you have to fight to get in your room, or if you go to a busy place, you show up at 2, you can't get in the room till 4, and you'll stand out there with your bag with this look on your face. Anything
you know what?
yet?
They should wait until 11 o'clock because that room is mine until 11 in the morning, whether I've checked out, walked out, or whatever. And then Maria and the cleaning staff can just wait till 11 o'clock.
You're going to be uncooperative.
Either of you ever tipped the hotel?
If I'm staying there if I'm at a resort for a week or whatever, somewhere nice, and they're doing a good job, I'll tip them. And I'll tell you where that kills you is on those damn cruises. We went on those cruises every year for about 15 years, and it was great. I loved the cruises, but there's a whole tip hierarchy that you have on those cruises. First there's the people in the dining room. You got the maitre d', and then you got your main waiter and your backup waiter and your water boy.
And I never know if I'm tipping enough. I never know if they think I'm a cheapskate. I never know what the protocol is.
Yeah, and so the travel agent would send out this letter with the itinerary and the tickets, everything, with tip suggestions. So, you're going to tip about, you're not paying for the food, but these guys survive on tips. So about $150 for the week for the waiters and those people. And then, depending on the cruise and how nice it is, some of these cruises you have almost like a butler that runs like 10 rooms. And then you have the cleanup staff and the staff that brings your food and all that. So they put all these envelopes in the room, for your cleaning crew. That's another $200 right there for the week, for keeping your room clean. It's complicated.
If I stay at a hotel, I do two things to tip. I'll leave, $8 or $9 per day on the bed right there where
That's
you know
nice.
you can get it. And I don't make a mess, and I don't leave a mess. I make them, they walk in my room and go,
That's good.
What a guy. That's how I tip my cleaning crew.
I leave some towels and washcloths in the bathroom floor, but that's about it.
That's about it. They got to change the sheets, but everything else, it's not like I turn the TVs upside down, throw pictures out the window, anything like that.
Yeah, throw the shit out the window. That's the way to do it.
We're not rock stars. We're very simple when we go in.
If I was a rock star, they would hate me, but I would leave bigger tips.
You haven't been with me for the last week or so, but are you guys up on Blackout the System?
Yeah, they had one and they're calling for another one, right?
Well, I don't even know what it is. I just keep seeing Rosie O'Donnell wanting to black out the system.
Black out the system.
Mm-hmm. I see more of her since she moved to Ireland on social media than I did when she lived here. She can't.
I see more of her online than I ever saw on her TV show.
Yeah, she is. Boy, she's got the Trump derangement syndrome so bad. And you guys weren't with me yesterday. I don't know if you heard about this, but big win for President Trump yesterday. Huge win. It's possible that President Trump and his policies, in addition to ending all these wars and getting the tariffs and the big, beautiful bill and, all these negotiations he's done, it's possible that in only a little over 8 months that President Trump has successfully got Sarah Silverman and Jimmy Kimmel to leave the country. Jimmy Kimmel announced the other night that he was on Sarah's podcast. He announced that he has gone out and gotten himself an Italian citizenship.
Citizenship, yeah.
Yeah, and I hear Italy is more conservative than America.
It is now because they've got that new leader, but they have a terrible immigrant problem. So he'll love it because he loves the immigrants. He'll love it there when he gets to Rome or some of these places.
As we've said before, this is not an airport. You don't have to announce your departure. Just
leave.
Go.
Yeah,
go.
let's go.
And my question about Jimmy Kimmel was, he's a Jew. Why didn't he go to Israel? Why not go over there and help your people? But no, he's going to Italy.
I think he's more of a foodie, though. I think he'll enjoy Italy more than
They got
Israel.
food in Israel.
Yeah, but I think he likes
your
to cook.
Potato latkes and your kibitzes with all that fresh fruit and vegetables that they're bringing in from the kibitz. He could get a job at the kibitz.
Maybe Israel's not as fun as Italy.
Oh, Tel Aviv is the Paris of the Middle East. Are you kidding me? Now that Lebanon isn't.
I've heard Port-au-Prince is nice in the fall.
Yeah, go there. Go there. No doubt about it. Alpha, tell me more. I've been covering the Clintons for the past week. I'm waiting for the indictments or the subpoena, so they have to go in and testify and take the fifth. But you got some new stuff on the Clintons?
Yeah, apparently there will be information coming out today, according to John Solomon, who is a great investigative reporter.
He is.
That will probably make some Clinton backsides pucker. Apparently, Sally Yates, remember that name? She was Assistant Secretary of State, I believe. She was in the State Department, pretty instrumental in the whole Russia investigation. Apparently, she ordered FBI agents to, quote, shut down the corruption investigation against the Clintons. Now, this will reveal that she maintained, remember when she was maintaining a private server.
Oh, yeah.
She was conducting official government business on a private server, which in and of itself should get her in
It's
some
no
pretty
big deal.
trouble.
And then,
Well,
and
no,
then,
it should get her in big trouble.
And then destroyed the said server, and the
But
phones and all that.
she was using that private server to conduct business in order to keep working her pay-for-play with the Clinton Foundation. So she would be working through the State Department.
evade any oversight of said donations.
Because
says you.
So on these on official government servers, she could be easily found out. But if she had a private server, she could hide that. And as you said, then she could destroy the evidence.
Because the biggest scam? Well, they had the Clintons were scam artists. I mean, they made hundreds of millions of dollars through their foundation, but the big one where they really stuck it to the people was Haiti.
Yes.
That Haitian relief thing that they did. And, you know, you go to Haiti and they go, where'd the money go?
Yeah, there's no money here.
There's no money ever made it to Haiti, and they collected tens of millions of dollars.
I remember right when Haiti happened, he was on TV the next day, and everybody's like, wow, what a guy.
I want to help those people down in Haiti.
All those former presidents out there swinging a golf club, but Bill Clinton's really getting stuff done because he cares about Haiti.
We're going to bring them clean water and flour.
You know, you
and
can
some
thank
of those
people like
voodoo
you can
dolls
thank,
and
you can
chickens.
thank Clinton, you can thank Joe Biden, and you can thank people like Nancy Pelosi and AOC for bringing a lot of people into the Republican Party.
You really can. They drove them in. There's no doubt.
There's still a lot of people who think it's still the Democratic Party of your granddad or your dad, but it's not. It's all new people, or it's old people who changed the whole ball of wax and made the Conservative Party stronger than they've ever been.
So when you think of your dad's Democrat Party, you think of people like John Kennedy. Well, Anna Paulina Luna, the congresswoman from Florida, was interviewed on Joe Rogan. She said she had a meeting with the ambassador to Russia, who has evidence that they presented on Lee Harvey Oswald to the government at JFK's funeral. They said they investigated him because when he came to Russia, they thought he was probably an American spy. They tracked him everywhere. They went hunting. They tracked him hunting, and their quote was, he couldn't shoot for shit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Alpha, you will love the JFK documentary that's going to be released, I believe, Monday on History City, and you'll learn more about Lee Harvey Oswald than you ever thought possible.
Excellent.
Alpha, have you ever been to Dealey Plaza?
I've not been to Dealey Plaza, no.
I'm the only one out of us three who stood on the X, and Jack lived there for years.
I drove through there, but I didn't get it. It was a big hassle, and I didn't want to do it.
I went and I got there at like 7 o'clock on a Sunday morning as I was driving across the country, and there was already a crowd out there waiting to stand on the X, and there were locals selling old newspaper replicas of the day he was shot, selling pictures. It was
morbid.
Just
when do you want to stand in the spot where somebody was shot, you know?
It was historic. I wanted
just
to
go
do
to
it.
downtown Charlotte if you want to do that. Just any sidewalk.
Anywhere you stand is a start.
Somebody got shot there at some point.
Which is why I think Donald Trump's trying to clean up places like Charlotte and Washington, D.C. and Los Angeles. And
I can't believe he's cleaning up Washington, D.C. What a racist he is.
There's no crime there. The crime statistics are at 100-year lows in Washington. I don't know what he's talking about.
In 2023, 71 people were murdered in Washington, D.C. That's one every 31 hours.
Hey, listen to this guy who works in Congress, and he's been a D.C. resident for a long time. Listen to him talk about it.
As a D.C. resident of 15 years, I lived on Capitol Hill. I witnessed so many muggings and so much theft. I lost track. I was carjacked. I have murders on my Ring camera and mass shootings. I witnessed a woman on my block get held up at gunpoint for $20, and my house was set ablaze in an arson with my infant child inside.
Unbelievable.
Benny Johnson.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of the feeling, I guess, in Washington, D.C. among liberals is, oh, this is horrible. He's doing an awful thing. It's just racist, but I'm glad he's doing it.
Yeah, and if you, when you dig a little deeper and see these interviews with longtime residents, black, white, Hispanic, they all go, thank God he's doing it. In fact, I saw a video yesterday of a guy who said, it was yesterday morning, he said, I just walked, and I don't know D.C. well enough to describe it, but he had walked several blocks. And he goes, I would have never walked there before. He goes, it was quiet. I didn't smell any weed. I didn't feel uncomfortable one single time. He goes, thank you, President Trump.
And isn't that what the National Guard is for? I know they don't like to bring it out against its own citizens, but when people are acting like animals and degenerates, that's what it's for.
Yeah. Not going to be long for they're going to have them on those Carnival cruises. those Carnival cruises.
And again,
are
if that
out
were
of
the case,
control.
people would enjoy going on Carnival cruises again.
Yeah.
Because they've stopped because they're racist.
Did I mention the Taylor Swift podcast yet?
You did not. No.
Well,
I'm dying to know.
John has been waiting for me to bring this up. A few days ago, Alpha, I made a prediction on the podcast. I said, ladies and gentlemen, this will be the most watched and listened to one-time podcast event in history. Not the Jack Murphy podcast.
No,
right.
I'm not saying that.
Right.
I'm talking about Jason Kelsey's podcast because on Wednesday night, they were going to have Taylor Swift on. You know, that's his girlfriend, and she was on the show last night. And so far,
she is such a bad example for young ladies.
She's
did a terrible example.
They recorded it and did a live. They had 1.3 million fans who tuned in, and it broke the interwebs. About an hour and 44 minutes in, the screen went black, and the New Heights podcast went off the air. And they got it restored, but she came on and announced her 12th album, Life of a Showgirl. Showed the cover.
Yippee.
And there's 4 different CDs, each with different covers, and it comes with accessories like keychains and necklaces. And
yeah, she's the devil. Listen, let me tell you something. This has nothing to do. I appreciate her artistry.
Talent,
I know
her
she's
talent, yeah.
Talent, very much so. But can you imagine if there was a 36-year-old single male rock singer and his whole message was, forget these women, they ain't no good. You guys go out and do your thing, have your fun. He'd be canceled. She is celebrated. And men are made to feel bad if we don't like her. It's not that I'm just not interested in teenage girl music. I don't like the message she sends to young people. I don't like the fact that she is a terrible example for young girls. She has a
I
new
agree,
boyfriend.
and I don't like her politics. I don't like
yeah, irrespective of that too.
She always is talking about the patriarchy, and listen, the patriarchy is what keeps families together. The bottom line is, in a family, you have to have a leader. You can say we're co-leaders. It doesn't work. Somebody has to be the shot caller. You know, if you disagree on something, somebody has to be the one that says, well, this is what we're going to do as a family.
And here's how these dumb girls are. Girls are more easily influenced by pop stars and pop culture than boys are. So young girls, 10, 11, 12 years old, start hearing this message early on. Now, if you listen to rock music or country, you might hear other messages, you know, about family and God and, you know, being out in the country. When you hear
those are all great messages, by the way, but go ahead.
But when you hear the messages that an almost 40-year-old single woman with no kids is giving to young women, that is a terrible message.
Yeah. And every time she breaks up, she writes some nasty song about the guy she broke up with.
And she's celebrated. Again, what if a guy wrote a song and it was obvious that he dated her and it was terrible? He'd be canceled.
Yeah.
But girls are allowed to do it.
And you've heard the difference between her and Stevie Nicks. They both wrote songs about guys they broke up with, but Stevie Nicks made them play backup while she was singing the song.
Exactly.
Hey, and Lindsey Buckingham wrote enough bad songs about her, too, so it kind of evened out. But
I guess it does.
You're right about that. However, Stevie Nicks didn't make her career off just slamming men. She also rocked out a little bit. She showed her softer side. With Taylor Swift, it's a message. It's not just her talent. It's a message that I don't agree with.
All right, John.
I'm kind of feeling you're ambivalent on Taylor Swift here.
Not that he's misogynist in any way or angry at women or anything.
The girl writes a catchy song. I'm not going to take that away from her.
Does write a catchy song. Well, I want to wrap up the podcast today with a lighthearted note. Joe Biden is still out there giving us laughs.
Yay.
He should start a stand-up act. Watch this.
Can he stand up at this?
9 Wonders. Literally.
Look at that.
Grand Canyon. He said the Grand Canyon is one of the 9 wonders of the world.
Yeah.
Are there 9? I thought it was just 7.
Yeah, I think it's 7.
And aren't those change from time to time? Like, if they invented
some of them don't even exist anymore, right? Isn't there 1 or 2 that doesn't exist?
The Hanging Gardens of Babylon.
Yes, exactly.
They were.
What are they? See if we can name them. What are
the
they?
wheel? Is the wheel a natural wonder?
No.
Okay.
What are they, Alpha?
Pyramids.
Well, I'm tapped out.
Come on, the pyramids.
He's too busy winning awards for making movies. He don't need to think about stuff.
Is the Grand Canyon? Grand Canyon one of them?
I would say so. Yeah.
Niagara Falls?
Probably not. But what?
I don't think so.
Eiffel Tower?
No.
Mount Everest.
Okay. Let's see. I think Raquel Welch was at one point.
Oh, yeah, she was.
The Taj Mahal?
Maybe. Taj Mahal could be, yeah.
Not the casino, the actual Taj Mahal.
Right, okay.
We have the magic of the internet at our fingertips. We should take advantage of that. John, how about Googling it and tell us what the 7 wonders of the world are?
Now I'm going to have to put on...
I don't know.
I am going to have to put on my readers here. Okay. What are the
official
official
This will be fun.
7?
Look at he has those goofy Walmart readers. Look at that.
Here they are. The Great Wall of China.
Okay, there we go.
Petra, an ancient city in Jordan famous for its rock-cut architecture. Christ the Redeemer, a statue of Jesus in Rio.
Brazil, yeah.
Machu Picchu.
Okay, I know about that one.
The underground
That's in Peru.
city.
That's in Peru. My friends have hiked up to it. It's where they have this incredible stonework that fit. It's like it's stones that are cut at weird shapes, and you can't get a piece of paper between them.
I don't know if I can pronounce this. Chichen Itza?
Chichen Itza. That's down in Mexico.
You're good. Yeah. All right, Colosseum.
I've actually been to Chichen Itza. It's a fantastic place.
Yeah.
The Colosseum in Rome.
Okay, that's another
where
great.
Jimmy Kimmel's going.
How many is that? 5?
That's 6. And here's the one who guessed it earlier, the Taj Mahal.
Okay, there you go. So none of mine were actual places.
Yeah.
Grand Canyon, Joe Biden, Grand Canyon's not on the list.
By the way, the Great Pyramid of Giza was recognized as an honorary wonder.
Okay.
So just missed the list.
So these are man-made. The 7 wonders are all man-made, right?
Like a performance trophy or a participation
or the Tartarians.
Trophy. Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. I'm going to have to try to remember that. So anyway, John, what's happening? What's happening? Sorry, Alpha. What?
Never let it be said that the Jack Murphy podcast is not educational.
That is exactly right. We bring you educational information every single day. So, John, what we haven't spoken with you in a while, a week or more. What's going on? Is Shadandra, your neighbor, okay? Everything fine? Quandra, yeah.
Quandra's doing all right. Quandra has been posting some naughty stuff on her Facebook page.
Can you share some of that? Oh, really? Written or
written explicit posts about things she likes to do by herself. Right there on Facebook.
That's your neighbor.
I know. So I need to go over there and just check on her, make sure she's doing all right.
Isn't that the perfect lead-in to this guy that we discovered? You found out this guy in Colorado who likes to dress up like a wolf.
Oh, yeah. I don't have a video of this, but I sent Alpha this story.
I got it. You sent it to me too.
He's a furry. Yeah. You know what those
furry.
are, right?
Yes.
The furries.
He's a furry, and I'll tell you what. There's a guy on TikTok that drives me nuts. He thinks he's a cat, and he has on a cat, and he just posts hours of himself going meow meow. Gonna be making cat noise. It's the creepiest thing ever. But this guy that dresses up like a wolf, a furry, he decided that he was so good at it that the wolves would appreciate it and love it. And he goes out into the wild where there are wolves. Where does it say? I don't have it in front of me, John. Where does it say he was? Did you read it?
In Colorado.
Colorado. He goes out and there's an actual wolf pack. And he goes out there. Guess what happened? The wolves attacked him.
And not in a good way.
Not in a good way.
I didn't even read the post. They got him good then?
Yeah, they were not amused. They really got him good.
He was severely injured, according to the report. This guy thinks he's a wolf. In fact, he calls himself Lupus Moonhowl, and he goes out and hangs with the wolves, and the wolves go, "Get the fuck out of here!"
These dumbasses.
So that he got Shawshank.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sort of. It's like these people. You ever see these people who do the hobby horse thing? who go to these competitions.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. Have you seen it, John?
No.
You know what a hobby horse is, right? The horse head with a broomstick on. They go and run around an arena like they're actually on a horse doing jumps, and people are watching and clapping like they're doing something special.
And they get awards.
Are they special people?
In a way.
They're mentally ill. That's what they are. A lot of these
Just
people
like
are
somebody
mentally
who
ill.
thinks he's a wolf can hang out with a wolf, or a guy who thinks he's a cat and goes meow all day.
Crazy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's enough for today of the Jack Murphy Podcast. We've covered much ground, and we hope you've enjoyed being with us today. And, of course, you can like and subscribe. It's easy to do. We're trying to get to 200 subscribers. We're kind of stuck.
Where are we at right now, Murph?
We're at 187 right now.
We're getting there.
But I'll
Slowly
tell you
but
what.
slowly.
I'll tell you what I like. The 187 they're a very vocal group. They leave a lot of comments, and I really appreciate that. So anyway, and get ready on History City, our companion channel, to watch that JFK documentary that's coming up. You guys have a great day. We'll see you again very soon.
Thanks for watching the Jack Murphy Podcast. Remember to like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Go ahead, ring it. Get alerts when a new episode drops, and tell your friends about the Jack Murphy Podcast. But only the cool friends, please. Tune in next time for another episode of the Jack Murphy Podcast.